Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Dobyns Bennet football. The Indians went to Bristol, Tennessee High this past Friday night to play the oldest rivalry we have at Dobyns Bennet, and came out with a Big 7 conference win, 35-13. Takes us to 4-0 in the conference, and sort of dodged the little rain bullet again, didn't we, Coach?
No, from what I've seen of some other fields in the area, we dodged a lot of rain bullets. You know, they said it's going to start again at 6:30. We read them weather maps. I told them I'd sent my weather dog out and it come back dry, and I thought we was going to be okay. Sure enough, just a little sprinkle at the start of the game, and we appreciate those fans that came out and cheered us on. And there wasn't a whole lot of them there, but they were rowdy.
Yeah,
they were rowdy, and they got us going early, and we appreciate them coming out.
35-13, as I said, and offensively, sort of. I saw somebody make a statement, said you sort of went old school, running the ball a little bit, and then maybe that had something to do with the weather. But defensively, our kids stepped up, and I know we held them to under 200 yards, which is a very admirable task by our defense because, as we talked last week, they had a lot of good running backs and could put a lot of yards on the ground.
And really hard to simulate their offense in practice. Its basis is a wing tee. Now, it's got all kinds of arms going out off that wing tee. And I told somebody it's about as hard to simulate as trying to simulate an anorexic at the Golden Corral. Probably shouldn't have said that. Or trying to simulate Reedy Tony jogging.
That's more like it.
Both those are hard things. But they just have so much motion and so many moving parts. And so we were really concerned. In the words of Catfish Watson, got one of them playbooks about as thick as a New York phone book, you know. I heard that a lot of Sundays.
Yeah.
And they came out, and our defense, no question, played the best game they played all year. Specialty games, outstanding. Even though we fumbled the opening kickoff.
Right.
And gave them great field position. Landon Sayers had 2 punts for a 46.5-yard average. One of them we downed at the 1. The other one got in the end zone barely. Right. We kept them backed up. All of our kickoffs were in the end zone. I know Coach Mays said in the paper it's hard to go 80 yards every time.
It sure is. All right, let's run them here, Coach, and see what we got. We start out on defense here. As you said, we fumbled the kickoff there.
Defense stood taller than Buford, Pusser, and Walkenthal. Bodie Hall coming off the edge, making a play from the backside on the zone play. Come back 2nd down and 9. Josh Holt. You know, they're such a good running team, you have to crowd the line of scrimmage against them.
And about 8 or 8 people right there.
Josh peels out, gets a pass break up. 3rd down and 9. Crowd's on their feet right now. They're hollering. Trying to get the Indians going to get them stopped. It's going to be a tackle for a gain of 1. See motion, got to adjust. That good quick running back. Bodie Hall, Quentin Polinsky, Josh Holt, Ben Foster. And we get a 4th down and 7. We'll throw a little screen pass. Thought Coach McMillan had a great plan. All of our other defensive coaches, Coach Barrett, Coach Holt, Coach Sayers, Coach Peeler. But our young men executed it. Did a good job with personnel groupings. This is King Russell, sophomore linebacker. Gets it pulled up. Peyton Laughlin running from the backside. Bryce Barrett with the tackle. And we take over on the 23-yard line. Boy, how important is that to get that stop?
Yeah.
Right to first of the game. 3rd down and 2. Nice little crackback block here by Mikael Foreman. On the linebacker, Jacoby Thompson. Going to pick us up 9 more than we need. 11-yard gain. Good job of Taylor Helton getting the end hooked. 1st down Indians.
Sealed him down there, gave us a nice little running lane right there.
Another 3rd down and 8. It's going to be Skylar East to Cole Maupin. Make one miss, Cole catches it, gets up the field. Nice game. Our third down percentage was 68% this week. Really good.
Wonderful.
We have a high snap, and we end up having to punt. If you know of somebody that needs to work with people on the 25-yard shotgun snap, I'm the man. Had a couple of those, wet ball, hard to deal with. Elijah Dunn gets it down at the 1-yard line. So, we got them backed up. Second down and 6, they get 4 on first down. Again, Bodie Hall and Josh Hope. They're using some clock here. Not as much as they did last week, but now they're using a lot of clock. Taylor Hilton, you see him in there. Taylor gave us some double duty on offense and defense, just like King Russell did. Force a punt, third down and 7. East to Maupin again. Almost tackled right there, but he gets that extra 3 yards, gets us a first down, big. Next play after that, we're going to hit a little play action pass. It's got great protection by our offensive line. Skylar hits Jacoby Thompson. Ian Allen a block down the field. Elijah took out Ian, if you saw that.
And they all meet and chest bump, and we're up 7-0.
Third down and 2. Let's see. Oh yeah, good, that was a third and 2. Russell, Roller, Hall, and Helton. Tackle for -3. See, they get that first down, they're getting field position. All right, so we got a holding penalty, and this would be 2nd and 33. You don't have a lot of calls in the playbook for 2nd and 33. With good protection, Skylar East to Mikael Foreman, a little block up the field. He almost ran out of bounds, a half yard too short. So we get 9 yards on 2 downs, third down and 1. We're going to put old King Russell behind Taylor Helton, Tyler Norris, Rashad Hunter. Bang it up in there. Gets through the line, makes a couple miss. Thought he was going to squirt free there.
About broke that.
We'll get it on down.
Great job moving them feet.
On the 9-yard line. Well, what's this cut by King? I mean, this is nice. Skylar making sure we got the play that we want. Good job of that all night long. Skylar just got to practice one day this week. That's hard. Okay, watch this cut. We got good push, and he sticks that foot in the ground, gets it up in there. First and goal. There's some of that old school stuff coming back, I guess.
Coach Pugh would like that right there, wouldn't he?
Oh, I guarantee it.
Like, loves those linemen firing off right there. Look at them.
Taylor Helton, Tyler Norris, Rashad Hunter, King Russell on the touchdown. Aaron Lawson pulling around there nice. 14-0. Well, this is a nice scrape by Jacob Rowe. He's going to step up in the hole like linebackers are supposed to do. Nice hit. Rashad Hunter in on it. Josh Holt. We end up taking the ball over on the 47-yard line. Third down and 6. I tell you what, they're pretty tough to run against. They were the leading defense in our conference coming into this game, giving up 251. There we go. Skylar East to Josh Holt, first down. Then we got a 2nd and 13. And East to Foreman. I tell you, they kind of doubled up on some of our receivers. East to Foreman for a gain of 9. I'd like to see him duck that shoulder, see if he can get another yard or 2. Third down and 4. And, we're down there close and take a shot, don't get it, miss field goal. Devin Stewart gets us an interception, 1 of 2 on the night, a diving interception. We come up with it, and we don't do a very good job with our 2-minute offense. We have a false start, we have a hold, and go in at halftime up 14-0. Now we have to kick off to start the second half from our own 25 because of an unsportsmanlike. And we completed a pass on the last play of the half. Matter of fact, this next play may be it. I don't know. We'll do it anyway later. And got a little pile up there, and one of our guys felt like one of our young men was getting treated unjustly, so he tried to pull him out, and we got a 15-yarder. Had about a 5-minute meeting out there, midfield, and I thought they like Andy Griffith used to, I thought they was odd manning. But they finally got it sorted out and decided there was just one. And we're going at halftime, 14-0. Nice little ceremony for our old buddy Reedy Tony and the tennis team at halftime. State championship tennis team. Wish I could have stayed out there and seen it, but I had work to do. And of course, I went down and saw some of those matches. That spring fling's a great thing to see. That's,
all kinds of activity. They've got they got the baseball, and they've got the track, and they've got I guess
tennis, soccer.
Yeah.
You can just bounce from place to place and see different events. It's really a neat thing that the TWSAA puts on all there in Murfreesboro.
Speaking of it, Dobyns Bennet Band went to Wake Forest this past weekend, and from what I understand, they took top honors there. So congratulations to Leif Cook and his staff and the Dobyns Bennet Band. It's always good to hear good things about them. They make us proud.
They did. I talked to Leif today and congratulated him on their accomplishment. We missed him, but I understood. They had a long day in addition to the fact that if they got out in the rain, they had to redo everything. And so they went, I didn't know it was Wake Forest, I knew it was in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Great job as always.
Congratulations, yeah. Whenever I'm around town, and I have a lot of people comment about our show, and our old friend Doc Bogan, he's wanting to know if we're still wearing socks. I said, well, Doc, they cover us up, so, you don't know if we are or not, but...
Doc, you got a pretty good idea of the answer to that.
But anyway, it's just great to hear the community support, and I want to let the people know, the people that bring you Dobyns Bennet football, and it's Diane Hills and Clarissa Brown with Southern Dwellings. They've been in the business for over 3 decades, helping people find their homes and enjoy the fine living we have in Kingsport. Make sure you give them a call at Southern Dwellings, Diana Hill and Clarissa Brown at 343-4118. We appreciate them. Also, the good folks at Kia of Kingsport, what's his name? Chance Scott. Chance Scott. And the fine folks at Kia of Kingsport, they bring you Dobyns Bennet. They have a devoted staff that'd be glad to fix you up with a new car or previously owned car. You can stop in and see them on Stone Drive, or give them a call at 230-4542. Mr. Brian Hayworth and all the Hayworth boys at Hayworth Tires, we want to thank them. If you need tires, tire service, they're throughout the Tri-Cities area. Stop in and see Brian and his brothers and get your tires, get your car serviced. That's Brian Hayworth at 378-4210 or hayworthtire.com. Finally, the folks at Trinity Memorial Center, the new locally owned, upscale, locally owned funeral home in Kingsport. They're out on John B. Dennis, right off of John B. Dennis in what we know as the old, what was the restaurant there? I can't remember what it is now, but
it's right there off John B. Dennis.
Yeah, right there off John B. Dennis. Anyway, Wes Leonard, the folks at Trinity Memorial, they'd be glad to no fee consultation about services and things like that. Give them a call at 723-8177. That's the folks at Trinity Memorial Centers. All right, and Doc, we're not wearing socks tonight, so just to let you know. Bring us up a little bit about the JV and freshmen, what they had going on this week.
I tell you what, really, our freshmen played a 9-10 team from Daniel Boone, 17-6 win. Our JV, really thankful. We got our JV game canceled, got on the phone the Thursday before, started calling around. Sevier County said, you know, we've had a bunch of that happen too. Our guys need to play. Said, yeah, let's play. I said, well, you know, guys, I've already been to Sevier County once this year. I know, so we'll come up there. So they came up. We got defeated 14-6, but all of our young men got to play. And I tell you, our JV team, they really make you proud because we're starting 6 or 7 sophomores right now on the varsity.
Yes.
You know, so none of those young men play. And they get out there and fight on Monday nights. We'll have a freshman 5 o'clock freshman game with Tennessee High on Monday night. And we'll have a JV game immediately following against Tennessee High.
So, come out and support these young people. Like I say, starting at 5 o'clock, then the JV game will be going about 6:30, 6:45. So come out and help them out. Up 14-0. Anything you think you needed to do at halftime? Any kind of changes or in what Tennessee High had shown you?
Well, we really felt like we needed to do a better job running the football.
Okay.
And we talked about that a lot at halftime. We talked about needing to play smarter. We had a couple of holding penalties. We had an unsportsmanlike.
Had the snaps.
We had a couple of bad snaps. And, you know, so we just got to play smarter. But, guys, we're going to try and run the football a little more this half. They were, you know, playing a bunch of people out of the box, kind of playing a 4-1 box most of the time. And we got to do a better job of running it. And in the second half, we did. We only threw 2 times in the second half.
Right. Neither one of those completed. Maybe one of them was complete.
Yeah, but for very little yardage.
Right. All right, let's go ahead and roll it. Now, this
is actually the last play of the first half.
Right.
And this was a 2-minute situation. No, I lied to you again. This is not the last play. This is in the second half. They missed the kickoff coverage I wanted them to show. They've gone down and scored by now, and that's Jacoby Thompson on a 37-yard run. We have another one of our long snaps. Excellent punt by Landon Sayers. Went in the end zone with just a little bit. Tennessee High's back on offense, feeling pretty good about themselves. Ben Foster chasing that thing down from the backside. But, you know, we got a pretty good little stalemate right there. Enabled him to get there. Ben Foster's a junior.
2nd and 9.
And this is going to be Ben Foster and John Spratlin again. John's a sophomore. Another sophomore getting a lot of action.
This time of year, you start getting some people banged up. You got to make sure you got those young men to step in there and play a little bit.
Well, Ben's been alternating all year and doing a real good job. When we lost Chris Moore, he's kind of stepped it up a little bit. There we go. We can make it bounce outside. And we get a tackle made there. Who made that one?
Was that Rashad?
Oh, no, there's a good one.
I believe it was Rashad.
We get down, knocking on the door, pick up a first down right there. Again, King Russell. We got the daggone thing on the, we end up going for it, don't make it. Couple of plays, and then they get a high snap on the punt. This is when we just kind of power over, and there's old Skyler on that naked bootleg. I was hoping I'm glad nobody had a stopwatch on him. I was hoping a gust of wind had come along. So he knew where that pylon was, though, didn't he?
Exactly.
That puts us up 21-7.
That scores 6 points, too.
Great fake. Great fake. Back on defense, this would be Jacob Roller with a tackle for a loss. Another sophomore. See, again, look at that field position.
Sure.
That's all part of the kicking game. We harped all week about big games being won by specialty teams. Drop back, trying to throw one down the field on us. Quentin Polinsky. Sophomore Quentin Polinsky. I thought he was going to take his thing to the house. We got a couple of good blocks. He's got excellent speed on the interception. This is down here, great field position for our offense. 2nd down and 4. Nice block by Aaron Lawson. Great cut by Jacoby Thompson. McHale trying to get a block down the field. I like the way we're hustling down the field. 2nd goal with the 1. Rashad Hunter. Fullback. Punching one in. 6 offensive linemen in on that. Blocks to touchdown.
Rashad gets that downhill speed going, and it's hard to bring down right there.
Tell you what, Rashad's a strong youngster. I mean, he really had a great winter in the weight room. And here they got a little scramble. Jacob Roller with another tackle, one of 11 for the night. He had 11. Ben Foster had 10. Bodie Hall had 10. And they're getting to where they got to sling it a little bit. And they hit one on us here in a minute.
Which is exactly where you want them to be, really.
Yeah, I mean, they want to run the football. This is a nice break on the ball, pass break up by sophomore Bryce Barrett. He had a big tackle on the kickoff there at the start of the half, and it got it to 28-13, and at the time I thought this was really, really important. It's Bryce Barrett coming off the edge, using that track time, and he gets that thing blocked. We're back on the move. 3rd and 13, they onside kicked. Tyler Norris recovered it. Jacoby Thompson. You know, if that call doesn't work, they'd be putting for sale signs up in my yard on 3rd and 13. But thank you, Jacoby. I don't have it quite ready to list with Clarissa and Diane yet.
35-13.
35-13. Mikael Foreman diving pass breakup. Thought he was just about going to pick it. We had 3 picks on the night. No, 4 picks on the night. Three picks.
I think he had only been intercepted one time all year. And,
yeah.
We quadded that.
Jacob Roller sitting in there on that little quarterback power play, power read, making the stop. Getting late in the game now. And again, they're kind of having to do some things they're not crazy about doing. Nice break on the ball. Devin Stewart makes his 2nd pick on the night. And we go into our favorite formation of old Victory O and seal the thing up and get it finished. Anytime you get a win over a Mike Mays coach Tennessee High team, who I have so much respect for, it's a big win.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's a conference win. We're 4-0 into the conference. We got 2 more games left, both of them conference games, and they're all big.
And we got an open date sandwiched in between there too.
Exactly. That's
what I had most of my high school career.
Open days.
Open days.
on the weekends.
On the weekends, they're all open.
This Friday night, it will be senior night. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And how many seniors do we have?
Oh gosh, I believe it was 23.
23.
And we'll also be honoring the cheerleaders, ROTC, and somebody else. And
Soccer?
I'm going blank. No, they've already done
Cross
theirs.
country.
No. You think you could coordinate anything with Bob Bingham?
I'm sure.
No, anyway. We're honoring 4 groups before the game. Seniors who have, given a lot to Dobyns Bennet football, to the other endeavors that will be out there. We're really tickled to have that opportunity to bring them out and get them a little bit of what Coach Wilson used to say. One of his players said, get them a little bit of resignation. and parents will be out there with them before the game. Kickoff time at 7:30. I think the senior night is scheduled to start about 7:10.
7:10. But after that, we have the Sullivan Central Cougars coming to town. Sullivan Central Cougars, they played Science Hill this past Friday night. And
wow, you ought to have seen that field. It rained more in Bluntville.
Oh, yeah.
It really did. It rained a lot.
And they don't have turf either.
They don't have turf, and
right.
It was puddled, and a lot of slipping and sliding going on. They're blitzing everybody. I mean, they're sending them. They're the only team I've seen blitz cheerleaders. They come off. They bring them off the edge. They're blitzing 6, 7, 8, taking some chances sometimes on maybe not covering everybody. It's the old 3-3, and they send them
with some corners.
they'll send a corner occasionally. They'll send linebackers, outside linebackers. I've seen them send their free safety, Trey Pope, who is also an outstanding quarterback. They bring a lot of pressure. It's usually a big play for one of you.
Right.
When you bring that kind of pressure. And, we've got to be on our toes, because if you're not, they'll send one of those blitzes. They'll hit somebody, and bad things can happen. They have a good running back. I can't pronounce his name. I can spell it, but we don't have one of those things here that'll let me spell it. He, going into the Science Hill game, had gained almost 500 yards.
Okay.
And so they have some weapons, Pope, their quarterback, and their free safety. They got 4 returners on one side, I think 5 on the other. Trey Roop, a guy that's been starting for him at defensive end, I think for 3 years. And he makes a lot of plays for them. We've got to be ready to go on senior night. We can't be overcome by the emotion of senior night and not be ready to go. And then after that, we got an open date, a chance to maybe get a couple of guys a little bit healthier and get ready for Game 10. And I cannot believe we're going into Game 9 right now.
It is hard to believe. Now, since we've talked a little bit about that, I don't think, from what I understand, this will probably be one of the last years in quite some time before we'll be playing Sullivan Central, because they have approved the Super 32. Is that correct?
Big 32. All enrollments were sent in about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. Sorting them out, seeing who wants to. There is an option for some people to play up. Don't know exactly what our conference is going to be yet. We know that it will probably, as the old Big East was, it will probably go down to Blount County.
Okay.
And then hopefully, if you're going to have a Big 32, you're going to divide them into 4 little 8s instead of a 7 and a 9 and a 6 and a 10.
Makes sense.
We'd like to divide that pie equally and have 8 in each conference. It's going to be different. I think it will make non-conference scheduling easier.
Right.
What's really going to be tough about it, and don't get me wrong, I like it. It involves more travel, but the plan itself, I think, is the fairest plan you could have, and
makes it a little.
It's going to be hard to get freshmen in JV games.
Right. Okay.
Because you're not going to go to Blount County to play a freshman in JV game.
Right.
On a Monday, or we didn't in the old conference. So it'll be interesting to see. That should be coming out.
It's got to come out here pretty soon, because you've got to start scheduling your 8, 9, and 10 games too.
Well, I really hope, and this was something that was brought up at a TSSAA meeting I was at. I really hope that they don't bring it up till after the season.
Okay.
I think it'll come up sooner, because I think it penalizes those teams that are in the playoffs trying to prepare for games and having to try and get a schedule at the same time.
Like that, yeah. All right, Friday night, senior
If anybody wanted my perspective on those.
Friday night, senior night at Dobyns Bennet. Make sure you get out, honor those seniors, take in the tailgate dinner. Thank you for the folks from Southern Dwellings, Kia of Kingsport, Hayworth Tires, and Trinity Memorial Centers. Coach, I'll see you next week after hopefully a big Cougar win. And let's roll Tribe.
Roll Tribe.
See y'all next week on Dobyns Bennet Football.